All right, let's just get right into it. Imagine this, because we've all been there, right? You're on the side of the road, car's not moving, and you need help, like right now. So what actually makes a towing service the right one to call in that moment? We're going to break it down, and we use Elite 24/7 Towing as our guide.
It's just the worst feeling, isn't it? That sputter from the engine, the flashing dashboard lights, and then just silence. You're stranded. It doesn't matter if it's a simple breakdown or, something worse. That feeling in the pit of your stomach is real. You need help, and you need it like yesterday.
And at that point, you're not just looking for a tow truck, are you? No way. You're looking for a rescue. You need someone to show up who knows exactly what they're doing, takes charge, and just makes the whole situation better.
And that's exactly the idea that some companies, like Elite 24/7 Towing, really lean into. They've built their whole business around being that hero on the road. So let's dig into how they promise to be that go-to solution when you're in a jam.
So, okay, what are the big promises a company needs to make to actually earn your trust when things go wrong? Let's take a look at the core things this company says makes them different.
Well, first things first. Your car doesn't care if it's 2 a.m. on a Sunday. Emergencies don't work 9 to 5, so your roadside help can't either. It has to be 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. No exceptions. They've got to be ready to go whenever you call.
And, when you're stuck, every single minute feels like an hour. So a company that gets it aims for a fast response. We're talking a goal of under 30 minutes. That speed is, well, it's everything.
Experience also matters a lot. These guys have been doing this since 2009. That's more than a decade of dealing with pretty much every roadside mess you can imagine. And that kind of experience, it usually means they're going to be way more professional and just get the job done right.
Okay, so beyond just showing up fast, it's about trust. Being fully licensed and insured, that's table stakes. That should be a given. But it's the other stuff, right? Promising friendly, professional service. Giving you honest, competitive prices. And this is a big one. 0 hidden fees. That right there is where a company really shows you if you can trust them or not.
And look, a really great service does more than just tow a standard car. The real test is versatility. Can they handle pretty much anything you throw at them, no matter the vehicle or the situation?
So here's a taste of what that looks like. You've got your standard emergency towing and accident recovery, of course, but then there's also 24/7 roadside assistance, transport for those really nice prestige cars, and they even get into the heavy stuff, like commercial vehicles and machinery.
And this is where it gets interesting. What if you're not on a paved road? They're set up for those really tricky situations like recovering a 4x4 that's stuck somewhere off-road. That takes special gear and, a whole different level of skill.
And think about it from a business perspective. If you've got a work van that breaks down, that's not just an inconvenience. That's money you're losing. So being able to handle commercial vans and whole fleets is a huge deal. It's about getting that business back up and running fast.
And it doesn't matter what you drive. It could be your prized classic car, a fancy new prestige vehicle, or just a family SUV that gets you from A to B. A good service treats every single one with the same level of care. They get that your car is important to you. Okay, so any company can talk a big game, but promises are one thing, right? What really matters is when someone actually calls them. So what are real customers saying? Let's check out the proof.
Well, for starters, getting official awards is a pretty good sign. These guys were named the best towing company in Geelong for 2023, and that came with a quality rating of over 95%. That's not them saying they're good, that's someone else saying it, which means a lot.
And then you have the actual customer reviews, which tell the exact same story. Check this one out from Ben Dornay. Super fast response. Collected my broken down car and delivered to my mechanics. All done in a couple of hours. Lifesaver. Lifesaver, that says it all. He's hitting on that speed and efficiency we were talking about. And then there's this review from Heather AM, which I think is really telling. She calls them helpful, knowledgeable, compassionate, and patient. She points out that it would have been easy for them to take advantage of her situation, but they didn't. Instead, they were great and the price was fair. That's about character, and that speaks volumes.
So when you average all of those real-world experiences together, what do you get? You get this, 4.9 stars on Google reviews. And let me tell you, getting a 4.9 is incredibly hard to do. That shows some serious consistency in keeping customers happy.
All right, so let's say you're sold. You're stuck and you know this is the kind of service you need. The next step has to be dead simple. The last thing you need is to jump through a bunch of hoops to get help.
And for people in their service area, it really is that easy. It's one direct phone call. That's it. You call that number, you talk to dispatch, and help is officially on the way.
So where exactly is that service area? Well, it's pretty big. They cover Geelong and the suburbs around it, Dandenong South, Laverton North, and basically all of Greater Melbourne.
So let's wrap this up. When you're looking for someone to rescue you from the side of the road, it really boils down to a few key things, right? They got to be available 24/7, they got to be fast, they need the experience, and they absolutely have to be upfront about their prices. And of course, all of that needs to be backed up by what real customers are saying. Look, being prepared is the best way to handle that panic when it hits. So the real question for you is, have you already found a trusted service in your area and saved their number? Before you actually need it?